Urgent, Niners fan, look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we bring you daily videos with the latest Niners news. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Recapping 49ers fan reactions to drafting Georgia DE Michael Williams. The San Francisco 49ers selected Georgia edge rusher Michael Williams with the 11th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft on Thursday night. After an offseason devoid of big-name acquisitions, Williams is the biggest name addition the Niners have made since the end of the season. If you trust social media as a barometer for fan reactions, the 49ers fan base was quickly sold on the pick. While the majority of the fan base seemed confident Williams was the ideal fit, there was some concern about his eventual upside. Granted, even some of the critics of the pick are confident he will be a positive addition in run defense. Of course, it would not be the first time the Niners have prioritized fit over upside. What's your take on the pick? Pausing this news, just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest Niners news to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks. Now let's get back to the news. 49ers predicted to trade for three-time All-Pro. The San Francisco 49ers made a big splash on Thursday night by selecting Georgia Bulldogs edge Michael Williams with the number 11 pick. Of course, this is a huge step in the team trying to improve their defense, which had its fair share of struggles in 2024, being tied for 27th in points per game, allowed 27. 1 1/8 in total yards per game, allowed 315. 6. However, they may not be done making big moves yet, with John Breach of CBS Sports predicting the 49ers will trade the number 100 and number 227 picks in exchange for Miami Dolphins cornerback Jalen Ramsey. The 49ers have seemingly been trying to cut costs this offseason, but if they want to prove that they're serious about making a Super Bowl run, they could do that by adding Ramsey, Breach wrote. Of course, this would be a huge addition for San Francisco because the 30-year-old has proven to be one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL in his 9-year career, being named to 7 Pro Bowls and first-team All-Pro 3 times. In 2024, Ramsey continued that reputation, appearing in 17 games for the Dolphins, allowing 44 receptions, 462 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an 83.2 passer rating in 71 targets. He could immediately replace cornerback Charvarius Ward, who signed a 3-year, $54 million contract with the Indianapolis Colts and was targeted 52 times last year, allowing 32 receptions, 389 yards, 5 touchdowns, and a 116.6 passer rating. However, if the 49ers wanted Ramsey, they would need to be comfortable picking up his hefty 3-year, $72.3 million contract, which doesn't start until the 2026 season. Kyle Shanahan confirms that John Lynch attempted to trade up for Michael Williams. The 49ers top head honchos talk about their first-round pick, Michael Williams. San Francisco 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch spoke to the media after their first-round selection to discuss Michael Williams. Lynch was asked why T-Team picked Williams and what stood out about him. Everything. I think the totality of the whole process. The film is very impressive. Michael is a big, good-looking kid in every way. He's big, he's tall, he's long, he's a great athlete, he's tough, he's smart, he can play outside, he can play inside, he does all those things. I think the toughness, he played through an ankle injury last year, missed 2 games, but a high ankle sprain can be a tough deal. To only miss 2 games and play as well as he did. He came through here on a 30 visit. We really got a feel for this kid. And I just think that all of that led us to, this guy is a Niner. He fits who we are, our culture, and we pounced when he was there. Laughing, Lynch said the 49ers tried to trade up for Williams. Thank God they took someone else when they picked because he was still there. So, we're happy. The follow-up question asked was whether Williams was who the 49ers had in mind at number 11, and if not, who else they had in mind. Here's Shanahan. Yeah, definitely. That's the hardest thing. You have to have a number of guys who you really want. But you definitely have to know who you're going to take first. My wife and kids, I told them who I wanted last night. I trust them. None of you guys know them. I told them Michael, but I don't think he's gonna be there. So I tell them other people who we might think about. My wife calls me this morning that she just read a mock draft that he's going number 28, and she was worried that we were just dead wrong about everything. but we had a good idea that he was going earlier. But you don't actually know. We thought about going up. John definitely attempted for a sec, and I was like, good decision, I think we should definitely go. But they shot him down, so we were ready to watch him go away, and we were ready to go to our second and third. But he didn't go where we thought he was going to go. And he got to our pick, and I go, I can't believe you tried to trade, of course. He was coming. That's the hard thing about the draft. You never know. We stuck there and waited for our guy and got the guy we wanted. The 49ers might have given up a valuable pick when they didn't need to. There was a report that Carolina was looking to trade the 8th overall pick. Perhaps that's who the mystery team that shot them down was. The Panthers ended up taking a wide receiver and would have risked the Dallas Cowboys or another team jumping them had they moved back to 11. Chris Kocherek told Lynch that Williams is the best edge setter in college football and that he's the best edge setter in this draft class. Lynch said if that's the premise of what we want in an edge guy, then he does it extremely well. Lynch spoke about Williams' age, him being 20 years old, but having a maturity and a way about him when he came through. Here, we felt that. We felt his presence. They talk about it at Georgia, his leadership and all those things. You could feel it. He just very comfortable under his own skin. That was impressive when you put it together with his film. How about Williams? As a pass rusher, here's Lynch, I think he has a lot of upside. His skill set is a guy that can rush with power. He's a good enough athlete, he's got some wiggle, he's extremely proficient when they run games. For that big of an athlete, he's a really good stop-start. Sometimes those guys can get going. But when a quarterback steps up, they can't change direction. I think he can do that really well. He's got a lot of attributes. He's obviously got to come put them together, but we're excited to work with him. Shanahan believes Williams progressed as the year went along. It's awesome that the more you watch him, the better he gets. When you see how he uses his length and his arms and stuff, that stuff doesn't jump off the tape with everyone. When you first turn on Nick Bosa when he was at Ohio State, you don't appreciate him the first time you watch him. But the more you watch him, the more you realize how much of a ninja he is with his hands and hand placement. That's how Michael grows on you too. Man, this guy, I knew he was good, but he's a lot better than I thought, and they love him over guards. But he can also do it outside just as well. So to have that versatility in two areas that can help us a lot, to be as physical in the run game, that's why he was the guy we were hoping for a while. Shanahan said he wasn't sure about Williams' stats. If you see something that's alarming, and there are a bunch of stats that match up when you watch the tape, those questions don't come up, and if it's something alarming and there are a bunch of stats that match it, it all stacks up. But when you watch the tape, those questions don't come up. That's not what I see. I see a guy that's really hard to block in the run game and in the pass game. He's hard to block for tackles, hard to block for guards. I think that's what's really cool with college football now. Half these guys that come out, the majority of these guys are 24, 25. We have a 20-year-old who looks like a man on tape. To look like a man on tape when you're going against 25-year-olds is a big difference. I'm excited to see him in the NFL 5 years from now when he's only 25. How much did Williams' ankle injury factor into his lack of production? How much more difficult did that make his evaluation process? Here's Lynch. I think when a guy has a body of work, you almost appreciate that. You don't like that he had an ankle injury, but you give him a ton of credit that Matt Barrows, you just mentioned, Will Muschamp, Will just texted me. This guy plays. He's tough as you know what. This guy played through an ankle injury the entire year and missed 2 games. He's tough, he's smart, and he's got huge upside. All the things we saw, and when you see the previous years and all that, and he's doing great, just had a pro day and looked really good. Our docs checked him out. Shanahan continued, high ankle sprains are as nagging of an injury as you can have. Most people are out a month with them, but when you're out a month, they still linger all year. So when you watch his tape, and I watched it before I see everyone, especially the top guys, then I get in there, and I hear some of the stuff. I liked him not knowing that. Then you hear that stuff. That says a lot about his character with how tough he plays. He only missed 2 games because of it. But also the fact he's not healthy either. I know how much high ankle sprains linger. So when you see that, and when you know he's playing through that, I look at it like a huge bonus. Lynch said the 49ers are excited to pair Williams with Bosa But they're not finished along the defensive line. We still need more. We got 10 more picks, and he won't be the only lineman. We've got to keep going. We always talked about how they're kind of the engine that stirs our defense. We've got some work to do. We know that. But this guy's a great core piece moving forward. And a great bookend with Bosa, who also has the versatility, along with Yetur Gross-Matos, to kind of play throughout the line. So I think that's kind of exciting with all of the different combinations we can have. Well, talk about the best players. Available later this morning, 49ers draft a rookie edge rusher for Rams RT Rob Havenstein to pancake. He is a soulless prospect, but don't look for immediate results. The Los Angeles Rams are not a team in need of much immediate help from rookies added during the 2025 NFL Draft. But the San Francisco 49ers do not share a similar story. After a 6-11 season and a mass exodus during the 2025 NFL free agency market, the 49ers need to regroup and restock their roster. And their listed draft shopping list reflects that. They need help at DL Edge OLR BCB, while the San Francisco 49ers have 11 picks to spend while shopping to fill their roster needs throughout the 3-day event. Even that number of picks may fail to adequately address all of their roster needs. The team lost multiple key veterans, and the belief that rookies can simply show up and immediately make the same level of contribution in their rookie season is overly optimistic. The Los Angeles Rams selected Florida State edge rusher Jared Verse with the 19th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. The 49ers selected Georgia edge rusher Michael Williams with the 11th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. So should Rams fans be concerned about the idea of facing Williams twice a season for the foreseeable future? Not so fast, my friend. Verse was the best edge rusher in a deep and talented draft class of edge rushers. Williams would have been no better than the 5th best edge rusher in the 2024 NFL Draft. But wait, there's more. LA Rams fans have nothing to worry about after the 49ers pick Michael Williams. While Michael Williams is a talented edge rusher prospect, he played on a very proficient and creative Georgia Bulldogs defense that loved to move him around to threaten opposing quarterbacks and anyone along the offensive line. And that was an option for Williams, as he stands 6'5" and weighs 260 pounds. A huge size for NCAA football, but despite his size, power, and prowess, Williams never recorded more than 28 tackles, 5 quarterback sacks, or 9 tackles for a loss in any season. And he played 40 games in 3 collegiate seasons. While 49ers returning DC Robert Saleh may love the young man, they will likely keep him corralled at the edge rusher position, opposite veteran edge rusher Nick Bosa. The worst part of his rookie debut in the 49ers defense is that many talented veterans are no longer on their team. Even veteran edge rusher Leonard Floyd, who played rather well in his only season for the 49ers, has moved on to sign with the Atlanta Falcons. So Michael Williams will be relied upon to put up solid numbers right out of the gate. In Michael Williams' draft profile, he is described as a rookie who flashes a high NFL ceiling, but also stretches of time in games where he fails to show up well. Since he will likely face Rams veteran RT Rob Havenstein, if he does not bring his A-game on every snap of the football, he will be pancaked. It's as simple as that. It's a live and learn cycle in the NFL. And learning as a rookie comes from the heated competition that forces young players to grow and develop quickly. That work awaits Williams throughout his rookie season. I was concerned that the 49ers might select CB Jade Barron or Marshall edge rusher Mike Green, who I see as having a much higher ceiling in the NFL. While I respect Michael Williams' talents, I don't fear them, and I don't see any reason for the Rams to fear him either. And now, Niners fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters. A lot for Niners. He'll be back any moment with more Niners news.